The most holy Mary, answering, said, Highest good and love of my soul, thou well knowest the secret of my bosom and my desires, which thou hast excited in me from the first moment of the existence received from thee. Preserve me then, my spouse, pure and chaste, as I have desired for thee and through thee. Do not despise my sighs, and deprive me not of thy countenance. Remember, my Lord and God, that I am but a useless wormlet, weak and despicable on account of my insignificance, and if I should fall away from virtue in the state of matrimony, I shall disappoint thee and my desires. Provide thou for my security, and be not deterred by my demerits. Although I am but useless dust, I will call on thy greatness, O Lord, trusting in thy infinite mercies. The most chaste maiden also approached her holy angels, whom she surpassed in sanctity and purity, and conferred with them many times concerning her anxieties in regard to the new state, which she was expected to enter. One day the holy spirits said to her, Spouse of the Most High, since thou canst not ignore this title, nor much less the love which he, who is almighty and unfailing in his truth, has shown thee, let thy heart, O mistress, be at peace, for sooner will the heavens and the earth fail than the fulfillment of his promises. All the events of thy life succeed each other according to the foreknowledge of thy spouse, and his powerful arm, which governs the elements and all creatures, can suspend the forces of the impetuous waves and temper the vehemence of the elements, so that neither fire will burn nor the earth show its weight. His high judgments are secret and holy. His decrees are most just and wonderful, nor can creatures comprehend them, though they must revere them. If his majesty wishes that thou serve him in matrimony, it will be better for thee to please him therein than to displease him in some other state of life. He will no doubt provide for thee the most holy and perfect. Trust thou securely in his promises. This advice of the angels quieted somewhat the anxieties of our princess. She asked them anew for protection and assistance, and that they present to the Lord in her name her entire subjection to that which his divine pleasure should ordain in her regard. Instruction given to me by the Princess of Heaven. My dearest daughter, most high and venerable are the judgments of the Lord, and they should not be scrutinized by mortals, since they are impenetrable. His Majesty commanded me to enter the state of matrimony, and at the same time concealed from me the sacrament dependent upon entering it. Matrimony was required in order that my parturition might be respectable in the eyes of the world, and that the Word, made incarnate in my womb, might be reputed as the son of my husband, since at the same time the world was to remain ignorant of this mystery. It was also a suitable means to conceal this mystery from Lucifer and the demons, who in such rage were bent on wreaking their fury upon me. When they saw me enter the married state as other women, their fury was appeased, not thinking it compatible that she should have a husband who was to be the mother of God himself. Lucifer himself was somewhat quieted by this means, and made a truce with this malice. The Lord had also other ends in view, which have become manifest, although, on account of circumstances, they were hidden to me at that period of my life. I wish thee to understand, my daughter, that the certain prospect of being espoused to any man, without at the same time knowing the mystery concealed from me by the Lord, was the greatest sorrow and affliction which, until then, I had ever experienced. And if the divine power had not strengthened me in this pain, and had not given me some kind of confidence, although it was only obscure and undetermined, I would have lost my life in this suffering. But from this event thou shouldst learn how complete must be the resignation of the creature to the will of the Most High, and how it must restrict its short-sighted judgment, and guard against scrutinizing the secrets of a majesty so exalted and mysterious. if any danger or difficulty seems to present itself in that which the Lord commands, let man confide in him and firmly believe that he was not placed therein in order to be forsaken, but in order that he may come forth victorious and triumphant, if he cooperates on his own part with the assistance given by the Lord. Whenever the soul seeks to scrutinize the decrees of his wisdom and satisfy itself before it obeys and believes, let it be convinced that it defrauds the Creator of its glory and honor, and at the same time loses for itself the merit of its works. I was aware that God is superior to all creatures, and that he had no need of our foresight. For he seeks only the subjection of our will, since the creature cannot give him counsel, but only obedience and praise. And although, on account of not knowing what he wished of me and ordained for me in the state of matrimony, the love which I had for chastity caused me much affliction, yet that grievous sorrow did not make me curious and inquisitive, but served to make my obedience more excellent and pleasing in his eyes. By this example thou thyself must regulate the subjection to that which thou perceivest to be according to the pleasure of the Lord thy spouse, resigning thyself entirely to his protection, and confiding in the firmness of his promises. And wherever thou hast the approbation of thy priests and superiors, allow thyself to be governed without any resistance to their commands and to the divine aspirations.